Welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is February 7th, and that means day 38 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're going to show you how we printed out this very cool Battlestar Galactica wall hanger, so stick around. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 38 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a facts section down at the bottom that will give you all the details. But on today's episode, we printed out this cool Battlestar Galactica wall hanger. And for this print, we used MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of gold on our all-new gMax 1.5 XT+. Being a huge fan of the show, finding this homage to the Battlestar Galactica pin up on Thingiverse was a huge find. And this thing's pretty big too, so it's going to look really awesome up on the wall. So let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download the model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Then we'll fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back here at the workbench. Okay, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the Battlestar Galactica wall hang. I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And this thing is very awesome. This is definitely a great homage to a really cool TV show. And it's actually pretty huge. It's 7.5 inches in diameter. And it's been collected a few times and printed a few times. And of course, we've already printed ours, so let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Okay, so here we are in Simplify 3D and I've dropped the model down on the print bed at 100%. And you can see it's pretty huge. This is a really big model. So let's check out my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2mm layer height with 4 top solid layers and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. We also ran a brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset at 4 outlines. We used 15% infill on this print. We didn't use any support material. This is MatterHackers PRO PLA and the temperatures I'm using are 203 and 208. For cooling, we have a nice little 3-stage cooling system set up. And for speed, we ran this out at 55 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK. And let's hit Prepare to Print and I'll show you how it's sliced. It's a pretty quick slice, even though this is a pretty big model. It's just not very tall. So let me play this through so you can see how it prints. And there's a little notch in the back so you can hang it up on the wall. And there's a lot of detail on this little print. And of course, like I said, we've already printed ours. So let's fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Okay, so that was a cool little bit of time-lapse footage, and here is the finished wall hanger. And I'll put some close-ups in at the end like I always do. And this turned out spectacular. All these little surface finishes look amazing, and all the type turned out awesome. The eagle crest looks really good. There was a lot of little retraction spikes, and unfortunately, when I was scraping them off, I scraped out one of the little B inserts on the bottom part of the type. But that's okay, I'm still going to keep it the way it is. It gives it more authentic worn look. And I'm definitely going to add some weathering and finishing to this to really make it pop. And using this MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of gold was an awesome choice. And of course my gMax did an awesome job of picking up all this detail. So besides me scraping off a few parts of the print while I was removing some retraction spikes, I think this turned out 100% awesome. Well, that about wraps it up for day 38 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you found this episode interesting. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and join me again tomorrow for the very next episode of the 3DP 365 project. This turned out really awesome, and I'm really happy with the way it looks. I think I'm going to hang it on the wall right behind me.